We are here in Kandy as part of Gamin Gamata on Daily Mirror Lanka Deepa and Tamil Mirror. This is a painting done by Sarah. Sarah is with me, and Sarah is very much into painting. Sarah, welcome to the program, firstly. Um, Tell us a bit about this painting, and what sort of paintings do you do in the first place?
I like to do realism or anime realism because I like anime. Um, and mostly realism because it interests me so much about how you can like make a painting pop out of the page by just using your hand. And I try to focus as much as I can on realism, and I like to paint animals, but mostly cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like animals?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. This caught my attention as soon as I walked into your house. Tell us a bit about this painting.
This painting was done for a friend of my mom's, and it's based on a book and a movie called Pan's Labyrinth, and it's basically about a girl who loves to read a lot. And I haven't watched the movie or read the book because it's a bit gruesome for me.
Okay.
But it's fantasy, and I like fantasy, so it was fun to draw.
Now, you are 11 years old, right?
No, 13.
You're 13, okay. So, when did you start having this interest in painting, and when did you start, experimenting with all sorts of colors that would, eventually get something like this?
So I started during the lockdown because my art teacher started showing us tutorials on how to draw nature, and then I wanted to try this alone at home where I have enough time, so I can just focus on it. And after a while, it became something of a hobby. Then we went to Kurunagala, where school wasn't consistent, so I had a lot of free time at home. So during that free time, I would take my sister's oil pastels and I would try to paint nature, or I would look at some of my favorite artists and I try to imitate their drawings. And then after a while, I realized that there was a lot more to art than using oil pastels and A4 sheets. So I asked my mom to get me some art supplies, and I started really focusing on painting. And yeah.
So this is also oil pastel, is it?
No, this
No.
is acrylic paint.
Acrylic. So can you just explain a bit about if someone doesn't know about this, the sort of paints that you're using?
So
What is it?
acrylic paint is just basically a very opaque paint,
Okay.
and it's really easy to work with.
Okay.
It's very smooth on canvas, so I'm very comfortable with working with acrylics. And acrylic paints create a very 3D effect, so yeah,
Yeah.
good for realism.
Yeah. So you sketch what you want to draw first, and then you start painting it, or how does it work?
Yeah, first I take like a old paper and I
Okay.
draw my painting on it if it's a big painting like this. And then once I'm really happy with what I've done, I paste it onto the canvas and I just transfer it onto it. Like I color the back of it with graphite and I
Okay.
transfer it.
And apart from painting, I've heard that you're also a good speaker, and you do some TED Talks as well.
Yeah.
Talk me through that as well. Like, when did you get involved with TED Talk? And
So basically, I loved to write. I still do, but I'm not that consistent with it. And in 2019, I did my first TED Talk about leadership, and I actually had fun writing the speech.
so you wrote the speech on your own.
Yeah, I did it for my uncle's speech class first, but then it was so good that I got an opportunity to talk in Tedx. So I rewrote that speech, I changed some parts, and I spoke about leadership in Tedx.
One of the speeches that you made quite recently drew a lot of attention on social media. The speech that you made at Kota Bogama. Where did that come from?
So my mom works with a small group of people, and they wanted me to write about how I think about the economic crisis, and so I just basically I just wrote what I thought about it, and then my mom.
What do you think? I mean, since there may be those who have not gone through that speech, what is your understanding of the crisis? crisis?
Well, because of the crisis, we can't shop or have anything nice to eat because the prices are so ridiculously high. And so today, even when we went shopping with my cousin, a pair of slippers were 2,000 rupees, and it's very upsetting because you can't even buy things if you're not on a budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Do your friends, your cousins, I know there are some of your cousins who are here with you right now as well, do they all speak about the situation in the country, or you just discuss kid stuff usually?
We talk about how difficult it is to be living in this country at the moment, and yeah, we
How would you use your painting to sort of, send a message across to to people who go through your art as well? I mean, not necessarily about the situation in the country, but in general. I mean, do you use your painting to sort of express a message as well? To
not really, but I do paint when I'm sad or unhappy. Some of the paintings I just draw. There's not much of a message in it.
so when you're sad and unhappy, your emotions come out in what you draw, is it? What you paint?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. And where do you see yourself growing up? I mean, do you want to be, your paintings are already superb. You see yourself, being a step ahead. You want to continue as a painter, do more.
Yeah, I want to become an artist when I grow up.
Okay.
Uh,
Is there someone that you admire? Someone you want to be like?
Not really. I want to just draw,
Okay.
and I want to make others happy with my paintings.
Okay.
Because my mom's friend was very happy when I gave him the painting, so I just want to make other people happy like that.
Okay. That's a nice thought. And I mean, what sort of support do you get from your friends and family for this, for what you're doing as an artist?
So when my mom actually saw that I was improving in my drawing, she ordered a lot of art supplies and sketchbooks for me to keep drawing. And because of all those art supplies, I could actually improve, and I could try new mediums.
Mm-hmm.
And
What sort of new mediums do you try? What have you been
so
trying?
my uncle came from England, so he brought me pit pastels. It's like blendable pencils,
Okay.
color pencils, um, and there were just a few pencils, but it was very fun to draw with.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have tried watercolor because I haven't tried that in a long time, and I even try to work with oil pastels because it's very difficult to draw with it.
Okay.
And yeah.
Right. Thank you, Sarah, for taking time and for joining us on Daily Mirror.
Thank
And all the best for your future.
you.